Microphones checkings. Mic check. Mic check. Qualifying session 2 about to get underway in the PS4 ANZ Open Wheel Championship. This is Division 1 from Great Britain. And round 4 of the championship. Let's find someone heading out on track. We've got Blinky and Bretho to kick off proceedings. Sort out our data here first, while these guys set themselves up for a hot lap. Ninja Penguin. Just squat DQ'd for blocking pit lane. Okay. We're down to 11, just like that. Nighty night. We'll head back to Blinky. Giving it some large, trying to get some warmth into those Pirelli mediums. And we'll kick off the first lap. Here we go, the 22 Alfa Romeo. Whips it round through the farm section. All looks pretty nice and tidy so far as he makes his way onto the Wellington straight. he's gone round. He's chucked it off onto the grass. Keeps it away from the fence. Plenty of room out there on the way into Maggots and Beckett's. So he'll definitely live to fight another day. But that lap is classed as cooked. So next up, we've got not Bambi, not Porto. What happened to Breatho? He was out behind him, I thought, before. He's invalidated his lap. Oh, that was a racing point, not their session. He looked a bit sideways. Apologies, viewers, I'm just having a little technical issue here. I need to get on top of these gremlins. I will be killing the commentary for a sec. Won't be far away. Okay, apologies for that. I'm back now, hopefully on top of the issues. We've had a few people out of this session, so the remaining drivers are pretty much guaranteed to go through. We just need to set a lap, so looks like all but a mere formality at this point before we head into Q3. Just have to wait for these guys to set that lap. So that lap from the big sheesh was invalidated. So I'll watch him go again, have another crack. Really giving it some large, trying to prepare for Q3, I guess. Makes his way through Brooklands, flicks it back to the right hander of Luffield. Takes you onto the old start-finish straight via Woodcote. And the fast right-hander at Cops Corner. And here he goes through one of the more impressive sections of Formula One circuit, not just for this track, but on the calendar. And down the hanger straight. Locks a tyre. Shouldn't be an issue. He'll lodge that lap in. 126.1. Here comes Mort. Simo gets his lap done. So does Mort. Bretho only heading out on track now. He's just making his straight way through Woodcote. And the Dark Knights. So not a hell of a lot for me to call on at this stage. Really, I could jibber jabber on about this and that and God knows what, but we can just sit quietly and enjoy the cars getting thrown through these high-speed corners. Cousin Jason's out there now, so he just needs to set a lap as well. Dark Knight pops his lap in. Borello's next. To be followed by Cousin Jason in the Mercedes. Geez, plenty wide from the Mercedes. Still on the softs, you can see about 6 of the drivers, 7 if you include tactics, were going for the medium tyre start for this race. So this could be good, mixed up a little bit there in the pack. The big sheesh on the softs. He's got pace, we certainly know that. And if you can get a good starting position after quali, should be the one to catch in the early stages at least. So Cousin Jason's popped that lap in. Guess we've got to wait for him to return to the pits, but who's out on track? Auto. Horto's, so his best lap was on the softs. He wants to post one with the mediums. So Horto's going to be the last man to register a lap. He'll have to race too. He'll have his work cut out to try and actually beat his soft tyre time, which is a 1:26.3 roughly. So we can just bring up the times there. There we are, 1:26.25 for Horto. So he's pushing the bejesus out of that car and pushing too hard. The 87 Red Bull reverses into the kitty litter. And that will put an end to proceedings pretty much as far as laps in anger are concerned. We start getting ready for Q3. Or not, he's going again. These guys love just making me shut my mouth. So, here we go, Horto, once more. Have a nice little flat spot on each of those tyres. Rips through the first corner. First corner being Abbey. Ooh, gets plenty of wheel spin there. Through the village section. Goes the village at 3, the loop turn 4. And I think turn 5's Aintree. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Plenty of different corners with plenty of different names at the Silverstone circuit. This one's definitely cops. The former first corner, when the start-finish line used to be on the straight just beforehand, and all the cars would come tearing through Maggots and Beckett's. Can't quite remember what year they changed that. Someone feel free to let me know that also if you're listening on. $2010 maybe? I don't know. Just stabbing in the dark. Auto's invalidated that lap, so back to the pits. Stomps on the brakes. Who's out there now? The big sheesh that crosses the line. Alright, that'll do us for Q2. We will take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Q3 right around the corner. Q3 is underway. Fire up, you lot. Here we go. Where the real laps count. 9 drivers contesting the third of the qualifying sessions. And leading the way is still the Shiz in the McLaren. So we might as well do him the honour of showing him first. So a few more corners to negotiate before he tackles his flying lap. Let's see what the McLaren driver has. Train of cars lining up behind. Might be a concern of rain, perhaps. So here goes the Shiz McLaren driver, leading the entire field around. They're all out on track, all within about a sector of each other as well, pushing to get that time in. It appears they're concerned of rain. I'm not sure what the Silverstone forecast holds weather-wise. There's definitely a bit of traffic back there. I think the Sheesh is right up behind Blinky there in the Alfa Romeo, so doesn't have much room to work with, nor does the Simo. He's tucked up behind Mort. They're just coming through Luffield and Woodcote now. Back to Shiz at the head of the pack. He's just had his purple second sector taken away from him by the big Sheesh. Getting closer to Blinky. Shiz, big lock up through the final chicane there of Vale. And out of club corner to go to the top, quickly usurped by Hordo, who in turn is usurped by the big Sheesh. So Mort must have invalidated his... sorry, not Mort, Blinky must have invalidated his lap. Mort goes to second with 125.555. And the Simo drops in behind him. Cousin Jason, something must have really went awry with his lap. And new addition to the field, Dark Knight in the Racing Point, pops up to 8, so just Blinky of the 9 runners to set a time. So this gaggle of cars will make their way back to the pits, chuck on a fresh set of softs, assuming it doesn't rain before then, and get a going once more. I would assume anyone from third place, although I would be hoping for no rain just yet. I want to get back out there and try and improve on those times. A bit of rain would certainly suit the big Sheesh though. Sitting on that provisional pole time of a 1:25.2. And we are just 6 minutes and 40 seconds away from the checkered flag in Q3. This is the ANZ Open Wheeler Division 1 Championship. And round 4 from Great Britain. Drivers make their way back to the pits now. That's a flash lid on the big Sheesh there. Very comic book-like in appearance. Blinky went round again, and invalidated again. So no Oh, sorry, I'm saying invalidated again. He got in. This is the second lap, so Blinky now. That's a good lap too, 125.3. Demotes his teammate to the second row. So it's pretty much paid good dividends going that second lap there. 125.3 even. Ahead of his teammate Mort in third. Cousin Jason did the same as well, so he's out there. Ripping and a tearing once more through Maggots and Beckett's, down through Chapel onto the Hanger Straight. So, first man out on track for round 2 of qualifying proceedings in the third session will be the Dark Knight. US flag plastered firmly on that lid of his. Number 64 Racing Point car makes its way out of Luffield through Woodcote down to Cops Corner. Trying to get some warmth into the tyres. 2 Red Bulls are back out there. I can see the big sheesh coming out once more as well. Oh, Dark Knight throwing it through Beckett's. Might have been Beckett's 2. Looked to get a bit of a slide on, or did my eyes deceive me? Wow, using all the track and some of the grass through Stowe. Hard on the brakes, Vale. And always trying to get on the gas as early as you can for a rip through Club Corner. So does he go again, or does he come back to the pits and have another crack, or will he have time? 1:30. I don't think he would have time to go again, so if he's going to do it, it's now or never. I could be wrong though, but with the quick calculations I've done in my head, which are usually well and truly off, but I don't think he'll have time to come back, and this lap is now officially gone, invalidated. So that could be his day done. He still may need to rush to get back to the pits. There is that slither of hope that he can get a lap done now. Brevo appears to be the next driver from what I can see on a hot lap as he goes through Beckett's 2 and 3. Chapel onto the Hanger Straight. Red Bull driver looking to get up off the 4th row. Down to Vale. He's got to stand on the brakes through that corner. And over the line, gets off the 4th row. Still a second behind his teammate Hordo, who's now about to come across the finish line, and he moves himself up to the 2nd row of the grid. So, moving day in Q3, just over a minute left. It's now or never. Still the Shiz pops across the line, but that time is no good. The Simo can't improve. Next up, the big sheesh. But I don't think he's going to improve, is he? Or was that his outlap? We might just stick with him here. Which the Williams driver thrashed the bejesus out of his car, looking for an improvement on that 125.192. Goes past still the Shiz. Duly moves to the left-hand side of the Wellington straight. Let the Williams past. Negotiates the three. Brooklands, Luffield and Woodcote. Nice and tidy through Cops. Appears to have good car control, the Sheesh. Looks very smooth. And that smoothness has paid off in Sector 2. Goes purple. That's just got taken off him though. Who did that? Just going to quickly have a look. Simo goes purple, Sector 3. We got a racing point around. The Dark Knight's gone round. That's down at Brooklands. The Big Sheesh does take a 10th off his time. Simo's crossed the line. He's going to be third. Still the Shiz should be returning to the pits. That leaves Blinky. Currently second. Oh no, he's going in the pit, so his teammate Mort comes around the start-finish line, demotes his teammate Blinky, moves up to second, just a 10th behind the Big She, so that's a pretty hot lap. Cousin Jason now, cross the line, stays 6th. So a bit of moving in the grid, and I think that's gonna just about do us. The Dark Knight, I think he's gone off through Chapel. Whether he went off or was just going slow. Either way, I think that's going to do us. So the championship leader, the Big Sheesh, missed last week's race. Picks up where he left off though from round 2. Takes pole. 125.088. Mort with the second. Best finish in the first 3 races was the 3rd place. That was last week at the Dutch Grand Prix. So he'll certainly be looking to go 1 or 2 better, as will most of the drivers. Blinky will start 3rd with that 125.3 even. Alright, so there's your results. As I mentioned, Blinky in the 3rd there. The Simo, who's currently 2nd in the championship. Just 3 points ahead of Side Pod. And Simo, best result was 2nd in round 2 at Spain. Always pretty competitive come race time. So that wraps up another qualifying session for the Australian-New Zealand Open Wheel Division 1 Championship. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in time for the warm-up lap. Don't go anywhere. We are just moments away from the start of the Silverstone Grand Prix from Great Britain. This is round 4 of the PS4 Australia-New Zealand Open Wheel Division 1 Championship. I'm your host, Mike Wilson, and it is my pleasure to bring you this race. 26 laps, half distance of the Silverstone circuit. And anything could happen in this race. And look forward to seeing just what will take place on these first few corners. The drivers prepare to go tearing through Abbey. As we await the lights. See if we can get a better view on the cars there. Here we are looking straight down at the grid as the red lights come on. They disappear. And so do the cars down the start-finish straight as we are underway. The Sheesh looks to hold his pole position and does so. Gets through in the lead. There's plenty of jostling for position in the background. The pack's already broken into two. Did everyone get through safely? It appears so. Through the farm section now. Turns 3, 4, 5. Cars twisting, turning their way everywhere. The big Sheesh already broken away from Blinky, who has to deal with his teammate Mort right behind him, looking for a tow down the Wellington straight. The Simo's there too in the Ferrari looking for a piece of the action. Hordo 5th, Cousin Jason 6th. And the Simo looking punchy there already, looking to make a move. Cops won't be the place to do it. Few stations to be held now as they head through some of the faster corners on the track. We've got a yellow flag already. I think Dobbs and the Ninja Penguin, maybe they had a little altercation. Can't be 100% sure on that one. We head back to the main pack, making their way through Maggots and Beckett's now. Down the hanger straight, the cars streaming towards Stowe Corner. Choggles up 6 places already, the real winner from that start. So the big Sheesh holds his lead after lap 1. We've got an Alpha Tauri in the pits already. That's Joggles. What tyre has he got there? He's coming into the pits already. Did he have damage? Doesn't appear so he just wants to jump off those mediums and get straight on to soft tyres. So the top 2 guys have broken away a little bit from... Oh, look at that. Blinky already closed back in on the Sheesh. Might be doing a bit of tyre conserving there. Maybe try taking a little bit too far, but I think he knows it's going to be very hard once he gets through. Once he's negotiated Luffield, a lot of fast corners in the likes of Cops, Maggots, Beckett's. Hanger straight could prove a bit of a danger if the guy we've got still the Shears Gorner. He's out of the race. Virtual safety car. Where is the Shears? I think we've missed him there. Or maybe Dobbs can give us a look. There he is, still the Shears. Wonder if he made contact. Got slung around out of Cops because it's a bit of a funny old place to have a crash on your own. Either way, virtual safety car in effect on lap 2. Bambi gets the first penalty of the day. 5 seconds on his name. So we're still under the virtual safety car. And as quickly as I say that, we go green once more. And the action picks up on the Wellington straight. So it's the big Sheesh leading from Blinky. Mort 3rd. The Simo in 4th. Hordo, the lead Red Bull, just ahead of Cousin Jason in the Mercedes. This is where Blinky closes in on the big Sheesh. But can't get close enough to do anything about it. Still no DRS at this point in time. some of those guys at the back would have been really hoping for a full safety car in that situation, try and make up some of that time as we see the big sheesh on the ragged edge there, setting a purple second sector, cutting plenty of blades of grass on his way to it. Goes wide through Stowe. This has given a bit of an opening for Blinky. Will he try and go up the inside into Vale? Negative. Had a little sniff of a chance. Just wasn't quite close enough. And that ultimately handed the fastest lap to Blinky, but he was promptly usurped by Hordo down in 5th place. He's got a little bit of a gap between himself and 4th place in order to set that time, but the field promptly bunching up back there as they head through this slower complex. Turns 3, 4 and 5, that would be Village, the Loop and Aintree. Peeling the cars onto the Wellington Straight. So once more, Blinky closes in on the big sheesh in that same spot. The gap from 3rd to 6th, still pretty close. Oh, very wide there from Mort. No harm done, but may have caught the ire of the stewards and picked himself up a warning. 3 warnings for track limits, and you'll earn yourself a 3 time penalty. And up ahead is that Blinky having a look at the big sheesh. Again has to tuck back in. So he's definitely got some pace here, Blinky, in the Alpha. We could have a duel on our hands behind the Simo harassing Mort. So we've got 1 Alfa Romeo on the attack, 1 Alfa Romeo in defence. The big sheesh answers that pressure by setting the fastest lap. As far as I can see, still no DRS available. Only 2 DRS zones, not on the start-finish straight, but rather down the Wellington Straight and the Hangar Straight at the back of the circuit. And Blinky really close again. Every time they hit Luffield, his nose goes very close to the gearbox of that Williams. The pack's settled down a little bit now. Cousin Jason dropped off the back of Hordo in 5th. The 2 Haas cars having a little duel down there for 11th place. Bambi goes past Dobbs into, that was Brooklyn's manoeuvre. And he moves up 1 spot. Next duel on track, it could potentially be between Blinky and the big sheesh if he can catch up. Blinky, speak of the devil, pops in another fastest lap. Down in 8th place, Bretho starting to feel some heat from tactics in the 2nd Williams. We'll pop back up to the front of the field. Race leader and championship leader, the big sheesh, looking to make a triumphant return after having a week off, missing the Dutch Grand Prix last week. Still held his lead, having won the first 2 rounds of the championship. The winner that day last week was Hordo, so we know he's got some pace. These 2 racing pretty hard and managing to pull away from 3rd and 4th. Mort and the Simo embroiled in their own little tussle. We might just check out those 2 because Mort, well, the Simo's a little bit too far behind to do anything about it at the moment, but the DRS, which is now in effect, certainly helps the Ferrari close in a little bit. And Blinky, as close as ever to to the big sheesh, who responds with a fastest lap of his own. So it's tit for tat in the fastest lap stakes. This is building up to be something good already. We're only 7 laps in, 26 laps to be driven out today. So he's just dropped back a little bit from the sheesh, but as we've seen already, this is where he closes in through Luffield. Certainly similar lines, with the Alfa Romeo just seemingly with more grip through that part of the circuit. Dobbs, in the meantime, has been demoted to 13. Joggles in the Alpha Tauri, just taking that position. That more? No, my eyes deceived me. I thought he might have run wide in the background, but no. All is well, Mort fans. Get a good look, good close look at that flash pink, what is that, leopard skin print. Looks bloody electric. Where do you plug it in, Mort? He does his best to keep the Simo in the Ferrari at bay. And we've got cousin Jason. He's come into the pits. Medium tyres go on for the Mercedes driver. That's going to spit him out in 10th place. We see Ninja Penguin go through on the Mercedes, who's just about to exit the pits. Recommences once more. He's going to have Bambi right on his backside immediately if he doesn't get those tyres up to speed very promptly. Might have to deal with that Haas down the Wellington straight, but did Bambi get DRS assistance? Not quite. Oh, and there's a time penalty for the Dark Knight. Finds himself up in 6th as a result of cousin Jason's pit stop. That was a bit of room to breathe there. Now, will Bambi... No, I think he's outside the DRS range there, so shouldn't miss time penalty for tactics as well. So it's only taken till lap 9 for the penalties to start getting dished out. As I say it, Breatho grabs his. They're flying out the door. Bargain basement prices. Who's going to be next? Bambi's was a 5-second penalty. That was for speeding in the pit lane. Actually, that was Breatho's second, so he's already on 6 seconds worth. As we have another goosey gander at Mort, just ahead of the Ferrari of the Simo. These guys battling, there's a penalty for Ninja Penguin. These guys battling for the final tier of the podium as it stands. Blinky's very close here to the big sheesh. He's having trouble getting past though. Doing well to keep close. Stay right on the gearbox of the Williams, but can't find a way past. Can he pressure the big sheesh into a mistake? Does the Williams driver have a mistake in him? He's driven pretty seamlessly all year. Had a spin in round 2 at Spain. Got nudged off on the first corner of the race. before recovering on that alternate strategy to make his way back to the front of the pack and take an emphatic win. And Blinky, as sure as eggs are eggs, closes right in at Luffield once more. And that's about as close as he can get. Now, Cousin Jason seems to be catching it back up to... We might go down and have a look there. Ninja Penguin under duress at the hands of Cousin Jason in the sole running Mercedes. Mercedes driver looking to pick off that Racing Point. Racing Point a little wide through Luffield. Oh, and the Mercedes puts on a big tank slapper. He drops well back from the Ninja Penguin now. He'll have to gather it up and try and launch another assault. It's easy to do when the guy in front of you goes wide and you're just fixated on the back of their car. You can just follow them straight off. They could drive into the fires of hell and you'd follow them straight down in there. But he's promptly, as quick as we've said that, he's straight back behind the Racing Point. Hasn't got the DRS. Geez, if he did, he's going to get it done there and then. Oh, and we got a yellow flag. These two here, the big sheesh. Where has Mort gone? What happened there? I think they might have been side by side going through Luffield. That favourite spot of his to get real close. And Blinky's gone down to fourth. Oh, they were close as. I wonder what's happened there. And does Blinky have any damage? That's the big question. Everything appears to be in one piece. Mort promoted to second, but quickly picks up a 3-second time penalty and has the Simo to deal with down the hanger straight. He's going to have a look going into Stowe. He gets side by side and makes it a Alfa Romeo 3-4. So can the Ferrari driver head out after the big sheesh now? 1.9 seconds behind. Will Blinky have something to say about it? Oh, he's getting a bit wobbly in the background there too. And just like that, the Simo sets that fastest lap. On the 11-lap-old mediums. So these guys were holding themselves pretty well, considering the race leader is on those softer tyres, which should, in theory, be faster. Oh, and there's a little party going on at Cousin Jason's place. He's got Bambi and Ninja Penguin an invite, and they're both coming to the party as they make their way around the final corners down at Club. So another little three-way battle going on, and I'll tell you what, the big sheesh, his tyres must be dropping off, because just like that, there's pretty much 4 cars line astern at the front of the pack. And if this keeps up, I mean, he's probably got a pit soon. He's gotten a good 11-12 laps out of those tyres. Is now the time to box. He could potentially box now, get out in some open air. What's happened here? Ninja Penguin finds himself back down. He's got Joggles on the outside. That'll get a bit testy through Cops. Oh, and he goes round the Ninja Penguin. A little bit too testy. Backs it up over the grass. We'll gather it up and keep going. And as I suspected, the big sheesh has come into the pits. The Simo takes over the lead of the race ahead of the 2 Alfa Romeos. And well, I got it wrong saying he'd come out in some clear space. He's going to pop right out in between the Dark Knight and Bretho. Ninja Penguin picking up a 3-second time penalty for his Cops antics. Oh yeah. The sheesh. We've got another yellow flag. I think that's Ninja Penguin again. So he has... I can't get down there to see him. We might have to see if it was a safety car. So Ninja Penguin must have chucked it round into the pit fence. Oh, so this will work well for the sheesh. He's already been into the pits. Now the drivers, these first three, will come piling into the pits, looking for those sets of softs. There's one, there's two, there's three, bringing up the train heading into the pits. And they get round in time. The Dark Knight towing the big sheesh along, trying to get him out, trying to get in to get his new tyres, while the big sheesh trying to get round and in front of the Simo and the Alfa Romeos. He's not going to get past. He might be able to pick up Blinky on the way through. He does actually. Yeah, poor old Blinky would have had to double stack in the garage. It's not working too well for Blinky at the moment. Bretho just goes ahead of him as well. You can see it there, the Red Bull driver. Bit of a winner. Oh, he hasn't boxed though. He's still on the same tyres. Why has he not come in? Has he got a plan up his sleeve, or has he just missed a trick there, Bretho? I'm not sure. If you're watching on the live stream, have your say in the comments. Tell us what you think. How do you think this race will play out? Who's your tip to take the top step of the podium or grab 10th spot? Let us know your thoughts. The more the merrier. The more comments, the more entertaining it makes it for us. As we see the cars line up behind the safety car. So didn't this race change? Actually, is that tactics? I don't know if he spun out there. He seemed to be stationary just in the loop section. Turn 4. Gets going once more. So we wait for the guys to form up behind the safety car. What's Bretho gonna do? Brother Bretho of the Brethren didn't come in. Still on 13 lap old mediums. Crowd claps. I don't know what they're clapping for. Now Bretho's in. He's missed a bit of a trick there. The final corner. It's only one benefit, but I don't think he's going to get out in front of the likes of Bambi and Joggles in 9th and 10th there. Actually, he's Gonski's retired, so that'll do it for Bretho. He has called it quits. The team pulls the car into the pits. And with the demise of Bretho, we turn to the birth of a new life. My next beer, as is mandatory during safety car periods. And hopefully we can get the safety car in this lap and get back to racing. So Bretho's car made it out of the pits. And stopped. The Tactics is coming back out of the pits. He's got Dobbs just ahead. There's Dobbs in 10th. Tactics 11th. Lights still on the safety car. Might have to do another lap behind the AMG Mercedes yet. Should be a bit of a shame. We want every lap possible under race conditions, not safety car conditions. But I suppose we've got to wait for Tactics and Dobbs to catch up, so it should just be one more lap after this. And then lap 17 we can get going once more. Getting very close to the safety car is the Simo. So this will be interesting. These guys were making the medium tyres work so well. Now they're the ones on the softs. Big Sheesh on the alternate strategy now with the mediums. And Auto and Cousin Jason on the mediums again. 7 laps under the belt of Cousin Jason's softs. We look down from above and that lovely simulated helicopter view, my favourite. Hopefully we can get a bit more of that during the race, not just under the safety car. So let's take stock quickly before we get going once more. It's the Simo. Actually, we might just show the positions game there. Where's that one? There we are. The Simo up 3 spots from his 4th place starting position. Mort in 2nd, same spot he started in. He'll be looking to harass that Ferrari no end once we get racing once more. Big Sheesh 3rd, Blinky in the 2nd Alpha 4th. Suffered a bit of bad luck so far. Not sure what happened to him. He was up there dueling with the Big Sheesh before he dropped back to 4th. I think they may have been side by side somewhere around the region of Luffield before he dropped back a couple of places. Porto 5th, he started 5th. Cousin Jason 6th. And the rest of the guys there 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Dark Knight, Bambi, Joggles and Dobbs have a few places as a result of the 3 DNFs of Breatho, Ninja Penguin, and the first man to go still the Shiz at the Exeter Cops there. And bringing up the rear in the 2nd Williams, Tactics. So are we going racing yet here or what? Safety car into the pits? Yes, we are getting ready to go racing once more. Here we go. Simo brings them round. Kicks off procedures once more and the field streams towards Abbey. And there's an off. It's the Williams. It's the Sheesh. Where did he go? I've lost him. Trying to gather him up here. Oh, sheesh. Took a big slide. I missed it. Sorry, guys. And now he's got his work cut out for him. Just no grip on those mediums. The alternate strategy just not paying dividends at the moment, but he's back in it. Still got 9 and a bit laps to get it done. As he approaches the 2 Haas cars, I expect him to start scything through a few of those cars. Meanwhile, back up front, the Simo ahead of Mort and Blinky. Alfa Romeo 2-3 at the moment. Auto promoted as a result. Who else is on those medium tyres at the moment? So Auto and Cousin Jason. Dark Knight gets another penalty. These penalties are going to play a part come the end of the race. But the Simo looking clean at the moment. And no penalties. All going well if you're looking to move up pretty close to the Sheesh in the championship standings. Only round 4, of course, but you want to put those points on the board as early as you can. The deficit currently 15 points between the Big Sheesh in the lead of the championship and second place Simo. Hordo's currently equal third with Very Angry Side Pod. Shout out to the Side Pod, absent this week. He and Hordo locked in third on 33 points, just 3 behind the Simo, who is in the lead in the Ferrari, the sole Ferrari for this race. And I don't think those tyres of Hordo's and probably Cousin Jason's are going to hold up that well. They're already starting to get a little bit gapped by these first 3. In fact, Cousin Jason dropping back into the clutches of Bambi in that lead Haas. And the Big Sheesh, well, where do we go here? We'll try Bambi's going to go up the inside. He'll get it done well before the corner. And the Big Sheesh down here as well, now lining up his teammate, the 2 Williams, going through the field like a knife through butter. Goes through his teammate as well there. Moves up to 8th promptly. And just up ahead, Cousin Jason now has already dropped back within reach of the Dark Knight. Ooh, closes right up there through Village. Just harassing him as they go through the loop. Aintree now onto the Wellington Straight. And this could be a move made heading down into Brooklands. Not quite close enough. Tell you what, Mort's gotten very close to the Simo coming out of Cops there, so they're all on the same tyres. The Simo will be under all sorts of pressure, feeling it as he goes a little bit wide there through Chapel. Mort has the DRS. Can't say the same for Blinky, and the Simo closes right up. Interesting to see if the Big Sheesh down in 8th catches the Dark Knight before the Racing Point driver gets past Jason. We stumble into it. Another battle, making it a 3-way battle for 6th. Oh, we'll go back up here. We've lost our interval gaps, but more really close to the Simo here. They're having a bit of a tussle for the lead. He's going to get some DRS assistance. Now he's Mort looking to make a move on that Ferrari. The Simo thinking about defending. Has to defend. Will the Alfa Romeo go round the outside? He will. And will get the inside line for the right-hander at Luffield. Holds on to it. Can Blinky get through on the Simo? Can he take advantage of it? Strike while the iron's hot. And meanwhile, as we went back to the front of the pack, Cousin Jason lost those 2 places to the Dark Knight and the Big Sheesh in the Williams, who we can see there on screen getting ready to harass. The Dark Knight should just hold fort through Maggots and Beckett's and look to line up the Racing Point down the Hanger Straight. We've got Joggles comes into the pits. That's going to be his day done down there. So the remaining drivers set for a point. Here goes the Big Sheesh. Puts it alongside the Racing Point. Says thank you very much. And goes on his way. So back up front, the Ferrari in that Alfa Romeo sandwich. Oh, the Big Sheesh picks up a time penalty. He's just pushing too hard down there. Penalty of his own. Now, Mort, with that 3-second time penalty of his up his sleeve, needs to extend that lead gap beyond 3 seconds if he's going to be any chance of taking the race win. But as it stands, the DRS keeping these guys in the game right behind him. And Could it be a bridge too far for Mort with 5 laps to go? He's just going to have to push like nothing else is Mort if he wants to break away. Or pray to the penalty gods or the stewards or whoever that the Simo and Blinky pick up a penalty of their own. Look, he's very close here. The Simo. Mort moves to defend. It's a good place to defend too. You can really just park it on the apex there and sort of set yourself up. Oh, he's gotten the Ferrari right on his backside now. Not going to get through it, Abbey. Almost flat out right-hander. The Ferrari driver wants that place back. He wants to get ahead of Mort. Get away from Blinky. Oh, the Simo has run wide. Blinky goes through. We're currently sitting on an Alfa Romeo 1-2. Oh, Mort's gone wide up ahead as well at Cops. Careful not to pick up a time penalty of your own. Another time penalty there, Mort. Alfa 1-2. Simo getting a bit ragged under pressure. But he's not done with Blinky yet and gets well and truly ahead before Stowe. So pops back into second place. But this is Mort's chance. He's gonna go, he's gotta go now, and he's gotten just outside DRS range. We know the Simo's fast. Very fast, sets a purple third sector there. Mort has to push like crazy now to keep that gap over 1 second. I think if the Simo gets one more dose of DRS, that could be the Mort's chances dashed. Quick check of the penalty situation. Tactics, 14 seconds. And the next notables are Auto in 4th. Those 6 seconds are going to burn him at the end of the race, I think. Well, Bambi's in it as well. So, yeah, big sheesh. Still looking on course for a 4th. Why he doesn't pick up another penalty of his own. He's got to get a bit of a move on, though. And he is closing in on the back of Bambi. Just as Blinky is on the back of the Simo at the moment. That gap has gotten under the second mark. Oh, and there's Dark Knight gone. He's off the track. Gathers her up. Oh, almost ungathers it. Heads off down the hanger straight once more. Now the big sheesh has closed in on Bambi. They're coming through Club. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too long before Bambi succumbs to the big sheesh. Now we've ended up over at... Where are we? I think that was a Simo, so... Not sure how we got over there, but we'll stick with it. But all things fair and square, the Simo looking on course for a win. Oh, Mort's time penalties, I didn't even notice. He's gone up to 6 seconds now, so he is going to be in all sorts of strife. Oh, the big sheesh, he could find himself promoted up through the rankings yet. Dark Knight having a hell of a time down here. Cutting daisies on the grass down there at Not Club, what's that one? Luffield. Big Sheesh has gotten through on Bambi for 5th down there. There's a Williams driver. He's got a bit of clear track. Try and punch in a few fast corners before that checkered flag approaches. But the Simo looking pretty good here. I mean, he's got Blinky fairly close behind him. Whether he knows it or not, he could afford to give up that spot and still take the race win at this point. But only about a lap and a half to go of the British Grand Prix. And we could be looking at first Ferrari victory of the year, the first for Simo. And what will be our third different driver win for the year. But ain't over till the fat lady sings. Still a bit over a lap. No DRS there for the Simo. Blinky closing in. Won't get there. So the old 26th and last lap came round pretty quickly. That was a handy little race from these guys. Plenty of action. Bambi down there drops in the fastest lap. So he had some pace hidden up his sleeve there. Might have got a bit of DRS assistance down the hanger straight on the light fuel load. You see Blinky having a bit of a peek up the inside of the Simo, but and gets a 3-second time penalty as he does it as well. So there's going to be a bit of chopping and changing before we're done here. The Simo, as I said, still looking good. The only driver, bar Dobbs in 10th and currently last place, to not pick up a penalty. And Hordo gets another one, so that's 9 seconds worth. That should make too much of a difference to him though. He'll probably drop down to 6th, but cousin Jason well back there a lot and holding a 3-second time penalty of his own as it stands. So we will take a look at the Simo. These guys now making their way around Club Corner. It's going to be the Simo with the win. Mort second, Blinky in third. And well done to the Simo in the Ferrari. So Hordo's crossed the line, but after the penalties get applied, the Big Sheesh had an eventful race, goes into 4th place. 5th for Hordo, Bambi 6th, and cousin Jason will keep 7th place. And then further back we'll have Tactics with 14 seconds worth of penalties. That'll be enough though to keep him in 8th. Dark Knight outside that gap, plus with 9 seconds of penalties of his own. But that'll be round 4 of the Australian-New Zealand Open Wheel Division 1 Championship. Done and dusted. Here's your race winner, the Simo in the Ferrari. Well done, mate. Great drive. Bambi picks up the Driver of the Day award. But yeah, you can't fault the Simo, I think. Had his moments, but the others couldn't keep it between the white lines. The Simo with some clean driving earned every bit of that trophy. So here we go, and we'll give a shout out there to Paddock Reese, is it in the comments? From Brazil, good morning, my friend. As the drivers share their champagne on the podium. Good result for the Alfa Romeos. Second and third day, big points haul for the team. And there's your race results. The Simo moves up closer to the Big Sheesh in the championship. And after qualifying 4th, I think he'll be more than delighted with that result. Mort finishes where he started, as does Blinky. And Hordo, for that matter, down there in 5th. Bambi making up the 4 spots. So that'll be all we have time for. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be watching. Paddock Reese, too many questions for the post-race there, mate. Oh, are we going to be friends here on YouTube? Yeah, mate, we can be friends, absolutely. Love your work. But that's all we got time for the 4th round of the Australia-New Zealand Open Wheel Division 1 Championship. I'm your host, Mike Wilson. Thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and bye for now.